Likutei Halachos, Hilchos Nesias Kapayim Halacha Daled. We are holding in Sif Daled, in paragraph number 4. Ki be'emes hakol echad. In truth, everything is one thing. V'zeh talui b'zeh. The tefillah, the mama, the Kohanim, the choisem hayadim, everything is one thing. Sif Daled. Ki mevoya b'Torah, and Al Tized in this Torah, shetzrichim lakabel shleimus ha'emunah mitzad Likutei. The way to get the emunah perfectly, you get from Tzadik Ador. He is the conduit for emunah. Shehu klal yeshiva zoroim. He constitutes the totality of all the 7 shepherds. Kichen tzarich kol echad lekabel ma'neshama shelo kol ha'oretz v'hasoga shel neshama v'hasoga. Every single person needs to receive from his own neshama all the illuminations, all the realizations, all the awarenesses, all the holy attainments that the neshama attains and perceives all the time. Shaguf gam kenidam, he said, let the body be aware of it. Should be aware of it in this world. The only way you can get there is if you have boldness and resoluteness, the kedusha. As he said over there. And how do you get azus? This you get through simcha. Shubchinas nasa v'nishma, as it says in the Torah. V'ikir shlemas ha-simcha, and the main perfection, completion of the simcha is the nishma, because that's the high madrega. The lower is nasa, and there's nishma, there's Torah and tefillah. And all the time you have to bring the nishma down to become nasa, and you get a higher nishma. That the nishma is the main simcha. That, I get it, wow, unbelievable, ta-da, and it's like, the nishma is always the perfection of the simcha. The nasa, it's okay, it's a vocha de kazach, you already have it, you're used to it, take it for granted. So the main shleimus ha-simcha is the nishma. It is, and every time you have to go from one madrega to the next, from one level to the next, to do from the nishma, from that which is still unknown to you, to make it nicer, to make it to make it something which is done, to make something which is available and something that is part of your reality. And as a result, he should have a higher aspect of nishma. And this should happen. This is a never-ending process. Until a person is completely included in infinity. When you're doing this process, you attain simcha. That gives you boldness. That gives you azus, the kedusha. And through this, you are able to attain all the asagas, all the aras, all the illuminations, and awarenesses the neshama gets. And the same thing, the same principle acts on a general term, where the entire world together with the tzaddik. That's the only way the olam can get the emunah, to get the burim from the tzaddik, the choisem from the tzaddik, only through azus the kedusha. The only way it can be done is through simcha. Nasa and Nishma, the same, and through that, then you achieve choisem hayadim. You achieve this emunah. There's like a seal. It's a sealed emunah. That emunah enables you to receive the musar, the admonishment of the tzaddik, to be open to it at all times. And then you can forever grow in avodas Hashem. Go higher and higher and higher still. And kaviyachol, if when you follow the language of the Torah, it seems it seems as if the only way that you can get to Yon Neshama or to Tzadik Ador, only when you finish all the Nasa v'Nishma that there are, until you get to the Tachlis supernal Nasa v'Nishma. In other words, when you're included in infinity. You can't repeat that about tomorrow. No, it's a very strange thing. We already got, not only because, who gets it, but once you already get such a nasa v'nishma, in other words, you already got the deepest mysteries there are, so you already got a lot of asagas. You got a lot of oras from the neshama. Because the very tamer of the nishma, in other words, that which is still a mystery, that in itself obviously comes from the illumination of the neshama. So how can you say that that through this nishma, then you'll get to asas, and then you'll be able to break the asas of the body, and then you'll be able to get closer to the neshama, to the tzaddik. You already got such an exalted nasa v'nishma. Obviously, you already broke the body. How would you? Otherwise, how would you ever attain such a lofty madrega? But really, said Reb Nosson, these things are tied together. Vadai, the very attainment of the nasa v'nishma, this in itself is the ha'ara and the attainment of the neshama. That the body needs to receive from the neshama, and the world in general has to receive from the tzaddik. Because the more the body and the world receives from the neshama and the tzaddik, this is that process of nasa, of nishma v'nista. That before it was hidden from you, and now it is. The continuation of the words and the way that they tie together is as follows. Ki bemet nishmo nikra be'es. When is it called nishmo? Nikra be'es she'asoga nista mimeno. When the nishmo, that the asoga, the attainment, the revelation is still hidden from you. Ki achar kach zoche la'asig nishmo. Once you already acquire the nishmo, you get it. Shuveno nikra b'shem nishma. It's not called a nishma anymore. It's not called a mystery anymore, because you know it. Now it's called b'shem naisa. Now it's called a nasa. Now it's called a deed. Ki k'shemasiga nishma, as naaseh ma nishma naaseh. From a mystery, it becomes a known thing. And now v'yesh lo nishma gavoa mimeno. Now you have a higher mystery, and it's a never-ending process. V'ikar sham nasa v'nishma. V'ikar shem nasa v'nishma. The main name or euphemism of nasa v'nishma in every madrega is the nigla and the nista, that which is mysterious and concealed, and that which is evident, that which is known, Torah and Tefillah. And through this you're zeicher to b'chinas simcha, which is azaz the kedusha. With this you get the simcha, which is azaz the kedusha. And through this you can get what?
Nishma is the tefillah?
Yeah. No, nasa is the Torah and the nishma is the tefillah.
Nishma
is the tefillah. Nishma is the tefillah. The Torah is nishma. The Torah is nasa. That's called the Torah Azois. The Torah is nasa. The tefillah is nishma. So with this, you're zeicher to be mekabel all the auras and all the asagas from the neshama, from the tzaddik. This itself is asaga nishma. This is, for instance, it gives a lemosha. Other pasuk, a simple person standing at one madrega. And nasa shalo ubchinas Torah bepshitas. His nasa is the Torah pasuk. Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Pasuk to find out what you need to do. V'anishma shalo shu nista, that is hidden from him, it's mysterious. Ugam ken et madrega ketona gavoa mimeno. It's also a small madrega which is above him. It's concealed from him. It still doesn't know any, doesn't have any clue in Avodas Hashem, doesn't know, which way to go. All the ways of Avodas Hashem, all the different details, what do you do when you break down, what do you do when you this, what do you do when you that, the good time, it's all nista by him, he doesn't know anything of it. This is tefillah and veikus. In other words, he has to daven a lot to Hashem Yisbarach, and to cancel himself out, kevyochol, to Hashem Yisbarach, and to make a lot of his voidedus, and sichas beno ben kohen, to speak to Kodesh Baruch Hu, betchinas, betfilas, betbakoshes, a lot. B'chol zeh b'chinas nishma, shu b'chinas tefillah. All this is an aspect of nishma, which is tefillah. Dehainu. Why is it B'chinas Tefillah? In other words, that which you pray to a Kodesh Baruch Hu, and the Kodesh Baruch Hu will show you a way and Eitzah is Shora in Avodas Hashem. Now, this Eitzah, what it actually is Nister. It's B'chinas Nishma. You have to daven for it. It's Tefillah. That which you know is Torah, is Nasa. That which you don't know, you have to find out. You have to daven for it. It's hidden from you. It's a mystery for you right now. You have to daven. You have to be HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'chinas Tefillah and Vekas. And then, through that Vekas and the Tefillah itself, which is Nishma, you come to Simcha. This brings you to Simcha. Because the Simchas Olam Al Vaishon, and a rejoicing, an eternal rejoicing, is on their heads. That is the result of Nasa v'Nishma, that Am Yisrael said in the Midbar, this is Nasa v'Nishma, and they got this eternal rejoicing on their heads. Through the simple Torah that somebody learns according to his Madrega, that Torah and the Tefillah and the Birkas, that he spreads his hands in supplication and puts himself down before Kodesh Baruch Hu, let the Kodesh Baruch Hu, asking Kodesh Baruch Hu, please show me a way and advice to his avodah, which is hidden from you. This brings the Simcha. And that Simcha gives us the Kedusha. That gives you that boldness and resoluteness, the Kedusha. And that breaks down the boldness of the crudeness of the body. And you're going to receive a oris from the Neshama Yom Neshama. And he says in Tzaddik Kador, you receive from him the B'chinas Nasef Birkas Nishma, which is the Sogas HaNitzah. Now you receive a new way, a new Eitzah that until now was beyond you. Now, according to Yosef, this is how the Emunah gets perfected. You got the Eitzah that perfects the Emunah, which is Chosam HaYodi, that's the seal of the hands. This is Yerushalayim, a faithful city. This is Yira Shalom, this is a complete Yira, which is through the Nishma, which is Yira, which is Sechel, which is Mamash Shalom. Because Asogas and Nishma Ba'atzmoi, the attaining of the Nishma itself, this is Yerushalayim, Ki Ne'emono, the Shlemus HaEmunah that you receive from the Tzaddik, and from the Shalom. Ad kan, Kut Halachos for today.